So this is task one. I'm going to talk you through how you're going to do this task. We're going to approach them all in the same way. And then by the end of the whole sequence, you'd have built your piece of code, hopefully as much independently as possible. But if you need help, I'm going to give you the lots of worked answers on here anyway. So Marge's Springfield Tools, task one, it was to read in the CSV file of data and store it in a 2D array. Now we've practiced that. We've done it in Python. What's important here, though, they ask you for the NEAs to be able to write down your algorithm in pseudocode. And they want you to use AQA pseudocode, which is the way that their generic way of writing out code. We can't do things which are written in a way that only Python does it. So we won't be able to import CSV. We just know that's how Python will implement it. So the pseudocode that we write will be an algorithm, and then the Python code will be an implementation of that algorithm, which will make it work. So really, it's more about getting the sequence right. Now, if you look down here, I've just got a few examples of some code written in pseudocode which cover how you can use AQA pseudocode in this scenario. So to write a file, we use open. See, the command word, the function is done in capital letters, and then anything we're adding in, we're doing it in small case. So we have file, backwards arrow, so we're opening scores.txt. This is an example. You might be called data.csv here, and you're storing that file in a variable called file. So this one's writing. So we now have another variable called data to write, which is name plus a comma plus integer to string of a score. So they're using another pseudocode function, converting a string into an integer, an integer into a string, and that's the data they want to write to the file. And then they're doing write, block capitals, file, comma, data to write. So it's going to go to that file and write that data. And down here, it says close. So it's missed out bits that we normally use in Python. It's kept it really simple. So we're opening the file, we're writing to it, and we're closing it. And in the middle there, we're creating some string to put in there. Now, reading to a file is even more straightforward. So we have open with the name of the file in there in speech marks, and we're storing it in a variable name. File is just a normal variable name for the file. Sometimes people use the letter F, but just file is fine. And then data is going to be stored in a variable. So we're going to read the file. So read, block capitals, file, and then we're going to store the contents in data, and then we're closing the file. So it's as simple as that. Now, we know there's more to it when we do it in Python, but in terms of your pseudocode, that's all you need to do. Right, so the next thing what we're going to do is then have a go at coding that. So I want you to have a go at coding that. And then what I'll do is post another video with a good answer on it afterwards so you can check and compare the two.